What's going on out there, good people? It is your boy LMD with LMD Trading, where I am, of course, living my dream in all things, but more especially that thing of trading. Getting this recap out of the way for another green day in the market. Slow and steady is the course. Slow and steady is the course. We took a few trades today. Most of them were green trades. I think I had one red trade today, but overall finishing the day out green. We're gonna go ahead, jump right on into TRADERVUE. Take a look at these trades so we can keep it pushing. Reviewing trades for Tuesday, November 22nd. This month is moving right along. Took 7 trades today. Closed P&L 155.14. Traded, I keep saying Bed Bath. That's Best Buy. BBY. This was a pre-market entry. That's why it doesn't have this section right here filled out. And you see duration 30 minutes. We were in that one for a good amount of time. Ended up making 50 bucks on it. Traded WMG. Maxed unrealized 36. Ended up getting out flat. DLTR, Dollar Tree. Up 50 bucks. Basically got out flat. Went right back into it. This was a snafu on my part. This should have been a green trade. I ended up moving the stop too far up. So instead of me dragging it up the ladder like I usually do, I went on the chart, held it down, dragged it up, hit save. Where I dropped it was at $7.16 negative, and it basically triggered me out right then and there. Was basically just trying to get the stop up a little tighter. Jumped right back into it, and just took the 57 on that one. Thought being the way that the market had been moving, it was like, let me take these little $50 stabs. Let me take these $50 stabs, and they add up. Like me and Evan was talking, and like I was telling him today, those little $50 stabs will add up, especially based on the size risk that I'm using. It will make my stats look bad. I understand that, because if I do take a loser, I might lose 100 bucks. But most trades that I get into, they are at least running a half to 1 R. So 50 bucks is basically a half R. So they're going basically a half to 1 R. This one here was a full, that was target, because this was a pre-market entry. Didn't go in full size. But yeah, let's just get these half R's. And like I was telling Evan, if I take 5 trades and I get a half R out of all 5 of them, that's 2.5 R on the day. Still not a bad day. So that's what we did on this one. Came back and we traded SHEL. Maxed unrealized 30. This one came back, stopped us out. Basically trading, managing that one bar by bar. This was a late after, or I won't say late afternoon because it still wasn't noon, but late morning trade on Urban. Maxed unrealized 32. We got out for 24. This was a half position as well. This was a half position. So I want to say this first one was a half position. Second one, half position. Give me 1 second. All right, sorry about that. Have something in the kitchen cooking, and the timer went off, and I know it wasn't ready for it to go off. So we are back, but that is what we traded today. That is what we traded. So let's go ahead. Let's jump on into Thinkorswim, take a peek at these trades that way. But before we do that, of course, let's take a look at the SPY. Man. This is a decent chart. This is a decent chart for a change, y'all. If you remember the video yesterday, we looked at the SPY. The SPY was trading inside of the previous day's candle. Those are never good days to try to trade. You just trade in a choppy day. We see that the SPY had gapped up over previous high of day this morning, went down, got back above it, and it just traded nicely all day. Look at this thing. I didn't take advantage of any option plays today, but this would have been a good day. We see that it broke over this area I had marked on the chart, broke over it, test, kind of pushed up, test, and then right on up to this other area that I had marked on the chart. And we back up to $400 on the SPY. So nice movement on the SPY today. Let's take a peek at the Qs real quick. Qs should have looked the same exact way. Yep, but look where the Qs started. The Qs started inside of the previous day's candle, inside of the low. And then it just kind of worked its way all the way back up. Finally got out of previous day's highs around 3 o'clock, and then it just kept going. Another good day, but notice how this one is a little more choppier than the SPY was. Once the SPY got over the previous high of day, just a clean move, just a clean transition. We see that the Qs kind of chopped around inside of yesterday's candle, and then it finally got out, and then look how clean that move was. Just a smooth, clean move. So that's what you want to see. Those are good right there. But let's go ahead. Let's look at what we were trading today. Trading Best Buy. If you notice, all you see is the exit. I'm going to go ahead and drop that there. 78.38 is where we got out at. Getting out on this green candle here. But let's come over and look at pre-market. We got in this pre-market off of this 1 hour 3-bar play. So got in off the 3-bar play. Let's look at the numbers real quick. So range on that candle is $1.60. The high is $77.50. Let's call it, we don't have to call it, it's just $3.20. That's easy math. So $3.20, we need that to go. Actually, let's first see what 1R is. So 1R would be 79.11. Is that right? Yep, 79.11. So this would have gave us 1R. Would have gave us 1R on the full move. But ended up kind of, let's see. Can't even really see how we managed this one out. I think I just was getting out for the $50 on that one. But decent trade. We see that it did move a little bit higher after we got out. No harm, no foul. Made 50 bucks. Let's keep it moving. Next trade. We got in WMG. Booyah. Let's take a peek at this one. Drop that down a little bit. We got in at 30.83. Drop it right there. This had already kind of made this little peekaboo move over. Ended up filling us at 30.83. We end up getting out at 30.86. As it was coming back down. Definitely an early exit on that one. This was up 36 bucks at this point. So definitely. I'm gonna have to go back and look at the video on this one. See why I got out of that so early. That's the beauty of recording your trades. You can kind of go back and rewatch them. Lately, I haven't been rewatching them because Usually I am trading on my laptop because I'm usually not sitting where I'm sitting at right now. Usually somewhere else. But I have not been dumping my videos off of the laptop lately. So I need to get back to doing that. Usually I'll just watch them on my laptop, my mobile rig. But yeah, definitely left a lot on the table on this one. Not sure why I got out. Because 2-minute bar by barring, I wouldn't have ended up getting out to like way up here, top of the move. So yeah, I have to go back and look and see why we got out of that one so early. Let's take a look at these Dollar Tree trades. Dollar Tree had gapped down pretty big. If we come over here and look at the hourly chart, it's a gap down pretty good pre-market. Just trying to take advantage of some of that move to the downside. So first entry we got in 149.81. Boom, we right on the money. As it's breaking down over this area, giving it a wide stop. So what that wide stop has been doing is saving me from stopping out, but the risk to reward is not quite there on a lot of them. You got to stay in the trade a little bit longer for it to make the move to get you to get that. And I'm just noticing something. My dome is right in the way of where I be reviewing the trades at. Y'all should have told me that. Why y'all didn't say something, YouTube? I just happened to look over at OBS and I saw my dome sitting right on top. But yeah, getting in right here, giving this a very wide stop, and then just letting this thing work its way down. We got out 149.74 as this thing came back up. Basically pulling back up to the 9 moving average. And on this one, I had told Evan while we were chatting, like, this is a little extended. It's going to pull back up to the 9 moving average. That's exactly what it did. I should have just known that it was going to do that and not got out of the trade. But got out. Always going to look for an entry to get back in. And that is what we did. End up getting back in right here. 148.63. A little late. Could have got in right there. 148.89. So gave up a couple of pennies. This was the one I was trying to get my stop a little tighter. Dragged it down on the ladder or on the chart. I let it go. And as soon as I dropped it, it just stopped me out. Bad error on my part. Again, no problem. Be patient. Let that move start working its way back down. 148.63. We get right back in. Same exact area that we got in the previous time. 148.63. Get back in 148.63 again. And this time we ride it down pretty good. Still got out possibly a little early. Let's look and see. But nah, because this was, we got out for that nice little 57 bones. But this one would have went, let's see, what is that? It's almost was $1 on 100 shares. It's almost $1. So that was almost another $100 that we could have rode this one down. Again, looking at it, 2-minute bar by bar. There, this candle finishes. Boom, we put it there. When this candle finishes, boom, we put it there. When that candle finishes, boom, we put it there. We not stopping out to over here. What's the high on that candle? 147.68. Yeah, that's easily another $50 left on the table by not 2-minute bar by bar. And that's what I'm trying to do a little more, is just manage that thing out 2-minute bar by bar. If I'm not going to try to stay in it and let it hit target, let's just 2-minute bar by bar. But this was SHEL. Let's take a peek at this one. 56.42 is where we entered at. As it was breaking this area right here, 1,000 shares, that's a 10-cent stop. What's that candle? 5 cents. So 56.32 is where the stop was at. Again, like I say, giving this a very, very wide stop. Give it a wide stop. Ended up 2-minute bar by bar in this one. And let's see where we got out. Let's see if we actually did 2-minute bar by bar. Got stopped out at 56.44 right there. What's the low of this candle? 56.42. So as it was pulling back, stopping us out right there. Or actually, yeah, 56.42 on that one, 56.42 on both of those. So as it was coming back down, stopping us out. Can't really be mad at that one because we did what I wanted to do. Just 2-minute bar by bar in it. So that was SHEL. And then last trade of the morning, Urban. Let's take a peek at Urban. Man, this one looks like a very good move here. Let's see, we got in 26.15. Basically, as it is breaking that area, 160 shares. Where's one of my cheat sheets at? Look at the numbers on that one real quick. Why do I have a ton of $50 sheets? There's the $100 sheet right there. What did we say? 160 shares? So that's like we call it about a 60-cent stop. So what's that? That's going to be about 25. Call it about 25.45. That was way down there. So gave this thing extraordinary amounts of room. Basically, playing it to where if this thing came back down and retested before it went, we gave it room. Where did we stop out on this one? 26.31. And this one, after I stopped out, I told Evan, I was like, I should have just took my stop to break even on this one. Just looking at it. Look at it on the 5. Just showing strength. Look at it over here on the 10-minute. Just showing strength. So after I got out, I was like, yeah, I probably could have stayed in this one with stop to break even and just let this thing go. Because 60 cents, getting in at 26.15, we need $1.20. So we need 27.35. Possibly did not hit 2R. 27.09 was the high. What's over here though? Definitely would have hit target way over there. So this would have grinded out all day long and hit target. So that's how we should have managed that one. That's how we should have managed that. But not bad. Not a bad day. I don't think, me personally. Like I say, I get some people that will ask if it is worth all of the trouble. This morning, if we don't account for the 11.26 trade, we were up 125. That was being done around 10:30. So again, that's $125 an hour. I pose the question always when somebody asks me that. If $125 an hour is too much work, I will have to agree with you. Otherwise, I don't think this really a lot of work. I open up my laptop at 9 o'clock in the morning, spend 30 minutes looking for some ideas. The market opens at 9:30, and I'm usually trying to be done by 10:30. Usually when you see me trading after 10:30, it's for two reasons. One, I'm red at 10:30 and I'm scrapping to get back green. Or two, me and Evan are usually in the Discord kind of chatting and just looking at charts, just kind of studying. That's what you got to do in this I was gonna say industry. That's what you got to do in this industry is study these charts. These charts form patterns all the time. You got to study how the volume is coming in. So I'll study how volume is coming in on a candle. I'll study how that candle finishes. So we'll just sit after that first hour, just kind of looking at charts. And that's how we found Urban. This was one that Evan was like, hey, what you think of this on the 5-minute? I flipped to it and I'm like, yeah, it's not bad. I want to see it get over this area. And then when it gets over that area, I want to put my stop down below previous high of day so that I can make sure that I don't get stopped out. Make sure that I don't get stopped out. Don't have too tight of a stop. And that's the one thing with this market is having a too tight stop can get you stopped out and then the trade will continue going. Whereas give it a little extra room, it might mess with the risk to reward, but it don't matter if you mess with the risk to reward if you stopped out or if you don't stop out, and then you might miss out on a few dollars on that target. So that was how Urban URBN came about to get traded at like 11:20. But usually I'm trying to be done in an hour. My goal is to make $200 a day. My goal is not to make $1,000 a day or $500 a day or $2,000 a day like Jared over at Live Traders. His risk is a lot more. But the one thing that you can do to kind of scale it, I made 1.5 R today. So if I was risking $1,000 per trade, I would have made $1,500 today. But based on my risk, based on my experience, because that's where risk comes in, is experience. So based on my experience level, I'm comfortable risking $100 per trade. Based on the size of my account, I'm comfortable risking $100 per trade. People will look at my account and be like, well, you trading over PDT, which means I'm trading over 25,000. Yeah. But do I want to put all of that risk on the line? Let's say that my account may have 28,000 in there. I risk $1,000. How many losing trades do I have before I'm under PDT? And that's how people don't look at it. They'll say, okay, you trading over the PDT. So you trading over 25,000. If you risking $1,000 per trade and you just barely over, not to say that I'm barely over, but let's just say that you maybe got 30,000 in the account and you risk $1,000, you can only lose 5 times before you are under PDT and you're getting flagged. So nope. I trade what my risk level is. My risk level is, keyword, my risk level. So hope y'all enjoyed it. As always, please hit that like button. I kind of chatted a little bit more than usual. I can get to chatting sometimes. But please hit that like button. Please subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Please check out the Discord. I have a link in the description. Like I said, usually myself and Jared are just in the voice chat room, just kind of talking about trades. I may be getting into a trade. I'll be like, hey, check this one out. Or he may be getting into a trade. He'll ask me to check it out. So by all means, come on over there, hang out with us. And we can always continue the conversation in the comments. I heard my timer go off on my air fryer, so my food got to be done, and my phone keeps going off. So somebody trying to blow me up. So let me get up out of here. Peace.